Archangel Michael says, very good news is happening next 3 hours. Don't make the mistake of ignoring this. If you skip this, you will cry so much. Open it immediately. Archangel Michael says, the air is holding its breath and the clock has begun to glow with a quiet fire. A soft current gathers behind your ribs and waits like a tide ready to turn. The next 3 hours carry the weight of a key that fits your hidden door. A strand of light hangs in the corner of the room and it refuses to fade. The room knows something you have not named yet and it keeps the secret like a velvet box. You feel the hush deepen until it becomes a presence that stands beside you. Footsteps of possibility move along the hallway of your mind and they do not stumble. A silver thread links your name to a bright event already moving toward you. The thread tightens with every ordinary action you take and it hums with quiet courage. You sense an unseen letter sliding under your door and it asks for no reply. The paper smells like rain on warm stone and it carries the shape of a promise. The seal loosens because your heart is ready to open it. Write to comment Amen 333 to receive your blessing. A warm pressure gathers at the center of your chest and it brings focus. The noise of the day falls away like a curtain that finally understands its role. The stage waits for you and the lights do not blink. Your name stands upright in a room full of choices and it does not tremble. A gentle pull guides your attention toward one simple action that matters. You take the first step and the corridor brightens behind you. A message travels along the quiet cables of morning and evening and meets in your hands. The message wears a coat of calm certainty and walks without fear. Its voice is low and steady and it fills the house without a sound. Archangel Michael says, the moment turns its face toward you like a sunrise that recognizes your window. A gate within the ordinary swings open and the hinges sing. You feel the openness gather under your feet like firm ground after rain. Type Amen 333 in comments to claim your blessing. The good news grows like a lantern lifted beside a traveler and it refuses to dim. It seeks you by name and it has learned your rhythm. It will not wander away because your path has already invited it. A gentle wind moves your thoughts into alignment and leaves them shining. Every small choice becomes a stepping stone that remembers your steps. The stones arrange themselves into a reliable path and the distance shrinks. You touch a doorknob that once felt cold and it gives you warmth instead. The metal understands your story and carries no resistance. It turns with almost no sound and the latch answers in relief. The room beyond the door holds a table set for celebration and no chair is missing. A ribbon of clarity runs along the edges of every plate and cup. Even the smallest spoon looks like it waited for your arrival. Write Amen 333 as a comment to N your blessing. The news approaches on a calm horse with a coat like starlight and a gaze that never breaks. It crosses the last field between you and the future and does not tire. It bows its head when it reaches your gate and waits for your hand. You lift the latch and the wood does not creak because the hinges are newly blessed. A path of fine dust carries your footprints like a story it respects. The air tastes of honey and citrus and the sky steps closer. Your phone becomes a bell tower that knows when to ring and when to rest. It holds the note of a message that matters and it refuses to drop it. The note vibrates through your pocket and asks to be welcomed. Archangel Michael says, courage has already paid your fare and the door person waves you through. The velvet rope lifts for you and the room nods in recognition. Your place at the table stays open and the candle beside it burns with patience. Comment Amen 333 now to welcome your blessing. The next 3 hours are a golden bridge that stretches from worry to arrival. Every minute places a beam under your feet and seals it strong. The bridge carries your full weight and still feels light. Around you, the ordinary objects gather into a quiet choir of agreement. The chair stands taller and the cup sits closer to your hand. The curtain lifts one corner to watch the moment come in. You notice that your heartbeat keeps a steady drum for good outcomes. The rhythm marks the map and your steps follow without strain. The map leads to a door with your initials engraved in soft metal. In that metal, there is no rust and no hesitation. It wears the freshness of new beginnings without loudness. It invites your fingers and meets them halfway. Type Amen 333 in the comments to seal your blessing. A letter waits by the window and the ink shines like new dawn on water. The words carry your luck like a loyal companion. The envelope knows your touch and opens cleanly. Inside, there is not just a message but a movement that keeps moving even when you rest. It folds around your day like a cloak that fits exactly. It shields you from stale winds and lets only the good air through. The phone call that matters walks toward you with deliberate steps and sure timing. The line will be clear and the voice will be kind. The offer inside that voice has already decided to fit your life. A door inside your memory clicks and releases a bright stored answer. You bring it into the room and it lights the corners. The corners stop pretending to be shadows and show their true shape. Write to comment Amen 333 to receive your blessing. The message of relief travels through your house like a stream that never spills. It curves where it needs to curve and arrives exactly where it should. Your hands cup the water and it tastes like ease. Your name blooms on a page that once held doubts and those doubts bow out. The petals hold steady in a breeze that now favors you. The scent of certainty drifts through the doorway and stays. You place your attention on one detail and that detail answers with generosity. It becomes a key that matches the lock without effort. The lock surrenders and your timing is perfect. A small chime rings from the corner where you keep quiet tools. It tells you that the wait has turned into presence. Presence becomes the shape of a gift and the gift is already yours. Type Amen 333 in comments to claim your blessing. A clear path forms through the tall grass and the grass respects your shoes. No thorn intrudes and no stone hides underfoot. The ground has learned your stride and moves with you. Your calendar opens its arms and a square of time shines brighter than the rest. That square holds a conversation that lifts your shoulders. The lift stays with you even after the call ends. An email arrives with subject lines that carry light instead of weight. The first sentence delivers ease and the second delivers proof. The closing line reads like a door closing gently behind a solved worry. Your voice steadies as you answer because the outcome has already taken its seat. The chair does not wobble and the table stands true. Paper becomes agreement and agreement becomes motion. Write Amen 333 as a comment to open your blessing. Coins of grace clink into a dish you forgot you owned. The sound repeats with pleasant rhythm and no strain. The dish fills without spilling and looks right where it stands. A hand you trust extends from the edge of the moment and meets yours. The shake is warm and the terms are clean. A better chapter slides under the current one and lifts the story. You sign your name and your name signs you back with quiet pride. The letters line up and look balanced. The page smiles in a way pages smile when they recognize completion. Archangel Michael says, "You have arrived exactly on time and the doors agree." The corridor beyond is bright and simple and free of knots. Your next step is not a leap but a natural continuation. Comment Amen 333 now to welcome your blessing. The house exhales and the windows feel larger. The light makes friends with every surface and leaves nothing out. Your shoulders remember how to rest without dropping the future. A sound like a distant choir drifts through the day and stays friendly. It does not demand attention because it knows it belongs. The hour receives you and places a wreath on your focus. The good news becomes a companion that walks at your speed. It does not rush past and it does not fall behind. You walk together and the ground remains even. Within this companionship, your plans align with ease. The pieces that once argued now agree to work together. The table holds them all without clutter. Type Amen 333 in the comments to seal your blessing. The final bend of the 3-hour road appears and it is generous. It offers you a clear view of the destination and a gentle descent. Your steps do not strain and your breath stays smooth. A soft bell inside your chest announces completion with grace. The announcement travels through your hands and into your tasks. Everything you touch reflects the glow back to you. The door you open stays open because it enjoys your presence. It has moved from threshold to welcome. You are no longer arriving because you are here. The room that waited is now the room that celebrates. It does not need noise because its joy is structural. The walls hold the resonance like a pleasant echo. Write to comment Amen 333 to receive your blessing. The corridor of arrival Archangel Michael says, "Night air gathers at the edges of your room like a secret waiting to speak. A hush holds everything steady while a bright thread settles across your path. The next steps rise to meet your feet with quiet confidence. A silver glow rests on the handle of a door you once passed by without noticing. It warms under your palm and keeps its promise to open for you. The hinges answer with a soft patience that welcomes your timing. A folded message breathes on your table and the paper hums with living calm. The seal loosens because your hands are steady now. The words inside bend toward your eyes as if they know their place. The house listens as the wind lays a ribbon of intention along the windowsill. Shadows step back so the light can widen its reach. Your heartbeat chooses a measured rhythm that fits this unfolding hour. Type Amen 333 in the comments to welcome your blessing. The hallway ahead carries the scent of fresh beginnings without noise. Patterns you used to chase fall into line and behave. The floor remembers your weight and supports every move. A gentle current swirls around your shoulders and guides your attention toward the simple action that matters. The next call, the next message, the next door arrives without strain. The day rearranges itself around your focus. A soft bell rings inside your chest and sets the tempo for good outcomes. The sound moves into your hands and steadies each choice. You feel the difference between yesterday's push and today's glide. The path widens and offers you room to breathe. The air enters like clarity and leaves like assurance. Even the smallest detail cooperates with the larger picture. Write Amen 333 below to receive your blessing. A lantern lifts within your awareness and throws a circle of trust around your plans. The circle widens and still holds steady. Every step you take stays inside the light. You sense a door behind a curtain of ordinary tasks and it calls without force. The curtain lifts and finds it easy to move. The door smiles in the language of simple wood and honest hinges. Footsteps of friendly news come closer along a road smoothed by grace. They do not hurry and they do not stall. They arrive with perfect timing that feels natural. Your name appears on a page that once hesitated to speak for you. It writes itself with clean lines and balanced letters. The page looks relieved to carry your story. Comment Amen 333 to open your blessing. The window accepts a warm breeze that belongs to the hour of turning. Dust settles into patterns that look like guidance. The view outside feels newly arranged in your favor. A reliable voice forms inside your thoughts and tells the simple truth of your readiness. The words are spare and strong. They hold enough weight to anchor your focus. You gather your tools and notice how right they feel in your grip. Each tool seems to remember why it was made. They agree to serve the day without friction. A soft rhythm moves through the room and lifts the corners of your mouth. Ease follows the rhythm and lays over your shoulders like a light cloak. Your posture answers with balance. Type Amen 333 to claim your blessing now. A bright envelope lands in your hands with the calm of certainty. The edges are crisp as if cut by intention. You open it and watch the day tilt toward you. Inside the envelope, the message stands tall without any shouting. It speaks in clear lines and steady tone. You understand it with your whole body. The table where you work grows wider by an invisible inch. That inch holds the space you needed and did not have words for. Your tasks arrange themselves in a kind order. A friendly knock echoes in the memory of your front door and it carries good timing. The sound pairs with your readiness and creates a bridge. The bridge holds as you cross with sure feet. Write Amen 333 to receive your blessing. The room changes temperature by a small degree that only you notice. It shifts toward comfort and reliability. Your attention appreciates the quiet adjustment. A ribbon of confidence wraps around the conversation you will enter. It ties itself neatly and stays put. Even silence feels like support rather than worry. You align your notes and find that they no longer scatter. They sit where you place them and wait without complaint. Each page keeps its promise to be useful. The moment turns its face fully toward you and the light grows even. Nothing blinks or flickers. The brightness is grown, not forced. Type Amen 333 in comments to unlock your blessing. A soft gold covers your schedule and highlights the friendly square of time. That square holds the call, the visit, or the message that matters. It glows without glare and invites your best self. You walk into that square as if it were a quiet garden. The path curves where you expect and every plant is healthy. The air carries the fragrance of completion. A companionable silence travels beside you and keeps distractions away. The silence strengthens your voice when it is time to speak. When you finish, it folds itself neatly and rests. Archangel Michael says, "Your timing is exact and the doors answer in sequence. One opens, then another, and the corridor stays clear. You move forward with the ease of someone who belongs." Comment Amen 333 now to welcome your blessing. A calm wave lifts your plans and sets them in motion without disturbance. The current is loyal and steady. You feel supported without needing to push. Your tools meet the tasks like old friends with no awkwardness. Every click and turn lands right. The result feels honest and clean. You set a boundary and it stands like a well-built fence. The gate swings for what is right and closes for what is wrong. The latch falls into place with a satisfying finish. Your name travels across a desk you cannot see and gathers respect. It pauses only long enough to be read carefully. It moves again carrying a green light inside it. Type Amen 333 to seal your blessing. A tidy answer arrives for a problem that has already begun to forget itself. The answer settles where it should and refuses to wobble. Relief flows outward in quiet rings. You notice that your breath and your pace match the new rhythm of the day. The match brings a lift that feels simple. You keep it without clutching. A door in your memory opens to the scene where you first believed you could do this. That scene steps forward and stands beside you. It agrees to stay until the work is done. The road ahead levels out and spreads into a clear lane. Painted lines guide you without trapping you. The view reaches farther than it did yesterday. Write Amen 333 as a comment to receive your blessing. A voice on the line carries bright news and the tone never wavers. Words land like firm stepping stones. You cross the stream of the moment without getting wet. An email arrives and the subject line tastes like light. The body contains the yes that fits your life. The signature closes with the ease of true agreement. Your hands move with the grace of practiced trust. The keyboard clicks in an easy pattern. The page fills with simple correctness. You close a file and it feels like a door closing gently on an old room. The handle cools to a pleasant touch. You turn away lighter than you arrived. Type Amen 333 in the comments to claim your blessing. A quiet celebration assembles in the background of your day. It sets out clean plates and uncrumbled bread. The table finds the exact number of chairs. You choose a place and the chair feels designed for your back. The cushion holds without sinking. Your shoulders memorize the feeling of support. A ribbon of laughter moves through the conversation like a river finding its course. It carries no sharp stones. It smooths everything it touches. The sunlight grows friendly on the floor and stays put. It does not slip away when you stand. It recognizes you as the reason it is here. Comment Amen 333 below to open your blessing. An unexpected kindness lands in your messages and asks for nothing. It sits on your palm like a small bird that trusts you. Your heart answers with steadiness. You return the kindness with care that does not overreach. Balance replaces effort. The exchange leaves both sides taller. A new calendar square appears and it shines with a quiet invitation. The invitation feels like a perfect fit. You accept it without hesitation. Your steps carry you down a corridor painted by calm hands. Every door is labeled clearly. The handle you need gleams softly. Type Amen 333 now to welcome your blessing. Fresh air moves through the room like a promise kept. It clears the corners and polishes the edges. Your mind follows the breeze and brightens. A simple detail clicks into place and suddenly the whole shape makes sense. The click echoes once and then rests. There is no clutter left to sort. You pack away the tools you no longer need and keep only the essentials. The bag feels lighter and more truthful. Your pace answers with new energy. The road bends toward a horizon that looks closer than it used to. The bend is gentle and kind. You are guided, not pushed. Write Amen 333 to receive your blessing. A letter of confirmation arrives under its own power. It chooses your hands and stays there. You read it once and the meaning folds into you. People who matter step forward with aligned intentions. Their eyes carry the same steady light. The work between you takes on a clean shape. You adjust one small plan and the rest reorganizes themselves correctly. The dominoes fall into a pattern you can trust. The pattern holds even under weight. Energy returns to your body like a tide that favors your shore. It is warm and usable. You direct it with quiet authority. Type Amen 333 to seal your blessing. The sound of progress becomes the soundtrack of the room. It is soft enough to soothe and strong enough to lead. You move with it as if you had rehearsed. You sign your name on a page that deserves it. The ink dries quickly and leaves no smear. The page becomes a stable part of your story. A short rest arrives and it is rich even though it is brief. You take it fully and give it back with gratitude. It deepens your clarity. The path resumes without any friction. It picks up where you left and adds a small advantage. The ground approves of your stride. Comment Amen 333 to open your blessing. A small gift appears inside the ordinary flow of your day. It is practical and generous at once. You put it to work and feel the improvement immediately. The walls of your focus grow thicker and kinder. Noise fades to the outside and remains there. You keep only the signal you need. Your patient sits beside your drive and they agree to work together. Neither one takes charge. What you build reflects that balance. The corridor opens into a room of simple triumphs. Each one glows like a candle with a steady flame. The collection warms the whole space. Type Amen 333 in the comments to claim your blessing. A bridge of trust forms between you and the outcome you desire. The bridge does not sway. It bears weight without complaint. You walk across that bridge with the grace of someone who belongs. The wind supports your back instead of facing you. Your steps sound like yes. At the far side, a door opens without making you wait. The room beyond holds the shape of your next good day. It recognizes your presence as the missing piece. The light in that room settles on your shoulders and stays. It chooses you with calm certainty. You answer by standing tall. Write Amen 333 to receive your blessing.